Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Saturday, August 7th, 2021, 3 p.m. Eastern. Our website is down for maintenance, so those who are trying to reach it and to get a 404 blank page, it's because we're doing some heavy-duty maintenance restructuring. As you all know, we had it compromised, which was a real interesting challenge, and we now populated everything back, and so it's transitioning. It will be up shortly in the next few days. So those of you who are trying to access the recording of last night's call, it'll be available in a few days. There is no attachment to the mind. So it's up to us, we choose, to let our thoughts come and go as they will. We are free to express them as we wish, or let them just all float on by. Of course, we're curious which thoughts we may want to have grow. And in that process, we've got to be very wise about what thoughts we do choose to expand upon. Imagine if you could be unstoppably happy. And this isn't as difficult as people may think. You act happy, you feel happy, be happy without any reason in the world. Then you can love and do what you will. Dan Millman. Now, a lot of us, I'd say a majority of us, or maybe all of us, are spending our lives fighting negativity and striving to attain a better life, which we believe will one day make us feel deeply happy. We can find ourselves addicted to the pursuit of some future happiness, of manifesting a higher vision and fantasy of what may come instead of actually enjoying being happy and living in gratitude all the time. There are as many distractions inside of us as there are on the outside. Remember that. There are as many distractions on the inside of us as there are on the outside. And they are all excuses which say it's not possible to feel spiritually complete and infinitely happy right now. Now, a secret that you may discover along the way in this life journey to become truly happy is seeing how this elusive happiness is not something far away at all. In fact, it's the exact opposite. Happiness is a choice that is available to us to attain in each new moment. Happiness is a conscious choice, not an automatic response. Noble Barthel. When the understanding sinks in that our innermost happiness is not based upon anything in the outer world, we have started and ended our spiritual journey towards liberation. No matter how people treat you, talk to you, believe around you, or behave around you in life, you always have the choice how you want to respond. Now, we don't have to resist, defend, and protect our ego from anything. We can simply sit back, observe, and be free from it all. The ego loves to wallow in sadness, resentment, negativity, pain, because these things make it more real and give it substance. Without any source of negativity to push against, the ego has no choice but to completely dissolve. Without any source of negativity to push against, the ego has no choice but to completely dissolve. When there is nothing to fight or resist, then our egos have no purpose and cause. When we are free from the demanding, controlling ego, we can choose to momentarily feel any negative feelings and then move on to joy and appreciation, because we understand every experience in this life is simply a choice. We choose how we want to experience everything in this life. Our inner world is a reflection of our outer world. However we respond to these difficult people in our outer world is always an internal decision. Once we can embrace and accept every single unhappy, unsatisfying, and emotionally challenging aspect within ourselves, then we can always respond with love, compassion, and we will truly be free. Our internal response to this life ultimately impacts how we feel about ourselves. If we're always responding to others in forms of control, criticism, correction, and lacking compassion, when we are all alone and all by ourselves, sitting just with our own thoughts, we're not going to feel very good about ourselves. The mind is in a perpetual play of responses to people, situations, and events in our lives. Why not choose the response that opens those doors towards feelings of gratitude, expansion, sincerity, and jubilation? Make the decision right now that nothing, absolutely nothing, can stop us from choosing joy, appreciation, and gratitude in any moment. Doesn't matter what moment. There is nothing more powerful than us remembering that this is our choice. When we accept this, we will discover a deep state of freedom inside of us, and this freedom is continuously emanating from the very core of our beings. All the greatest features are hidden behind that which we want to be with. Pamela Wilson. Creating a permanent state of happiness is possible, yet can only happen when the ego is not around to interfere. We first need to feel safe, protected, and okay with our vulnerability before we can attempt to be at peace with ourselves. By first discovering a sensation of spaciousness or lightness inside, we find some distance from the ego mind. This is the first great secret to becoming unstoppably happy. The reason is because this spacious feeling cultivates a heightened state of awareness of our thoughts. The more awareness we have, the more we are conscious of each thought passing by, and the easier it is to step on the train which is always arriving in the land of appreciation and the town of Blissville. Greater awareness happens by slowing the train in our lives so we can actually witness the thoughts that pass through our minds at lightning speeds. It is the wandering mind that is always taking us down the paths of despair and self-pity. When we see that we are simply the watcher behind it, we are free from any thought patterns that float by. When you choose to be just the watcher, not the judger, not the manipulator, just the watcher, behind it all, you're free from any thought patterns that float by. Now you must choose to cultivate a mind that will support us in slowing down and clearly seeing the thoughts that create our emotional states. This happens through the practice of being centered. This means that we develop the ability to be quiet, calm, and sincere, listening to the thoughts without buying into them. This is the only way to penetrate the deep-seated chaos of the mind and remain unshaken by any thoughts that arise. The more we look inside ourselves, who we truly are, the easier it becomes to discover the eternal joy that is our true nature. We tend to forget that happiness doesn't come as a result of getting something we don't have, but rather of recognizing and appreciating what we do have. Frederick Coyne. The feelings of joy and love can be cultivated to arise more frequently by focusing on what we are currently thankful for in our life right now. In each moment, there is a plethora of things for which to be grateful. Each moment. From 10,000 miles up in outer space, you can easily see how we are all deeply loved to live on this awesome, beautiful planet. Yet, there are always two sides to every coin. In any given situation, there's actually three sides. In any given situation, we are given the choice to feel in deep, eternal love. We can always focus on what is not working and see things in a negative light. It's easy to do. You see something, and it could be positive, but it's negative. In each moment, there's always exists at least two choices. A person may miss their bus to work one day and can either focus on being late for work or refocus on the beauty of the morning and how they get to enjoy the sunshine for a few more minutes until the next bus comes by. It simply boils down to, when life hands you lemons, do you make lemonade or just suck on the lemon with sour, puckering lips? Our reality is always a conscious choice. Learn to know yourself more deeply. Understand what it takes to remember that in every situation, our happiness is a choice that is always available to us. The feeling of joy can be accessed instantly when we have enough substantial hours practicing self-acceptance, self-appreciation, and self-approval. These are the 3 A+ secrets to living in a state of inner peace. Self-acceptance, self-appreciation, and self-approval. It is possible in this now moment, right in this very now, to accept, approve, and appreciate ourselves exactly as we are. And when we can totally accept, approve, and appreciate our entire life exactly as it is, then we will truly be free. A happy person is not a person in a certain set of circumstances, but rather a person with a certain set of attitudes, Hugh Downs. That's very true. Our attitudes really are crucial on how we're going to be. It's time to stop waiting for happiness to find us and choose to find the roses hidden in our inner garden. At all of our very cores is an eternal rose bush blooming, radiating its beauty and fragrance for all to enjoy. Being in touch with the core of our being is pure happiness, and it naturally arises from within when we are relaxed. Nothing has to happen for happiness to continue to flow. This happiness is here now, because this divine creation inside of each and every single one of us is always rejoicing in its divine aliveness, whether we are aware of it or not. Every moment, every single moment. It's all about being vigilant of these negative thoughts, understanding that each one is coming from outside of us. Even though thoughts may feel like they're coming from our innermost world, they are not. Everything exists on the outside, on the periphery of consciousness. Pure, untainted awareness is always at the very center. Knowing this, no negative voice in your mind can drag you into an emotional dumpster. Negativity is a gift that has been given to make us grow. It's really that simple. When we realize that negative voice, that negative, incessant negative voice in our heads was actually adapted, adopted, or interjectedly inherited from someone else, someone in our distant past, then we can choose to believe it is not us or you. These negative thoughts are not our thoughts. All thoughts are borrowed and inherited from others along the way. These negative thoughts are not our thoughts. All thoughts are borrowed and inherited from others along the way. Sure, they may seem like ours because we've repeated them thousands of times. If we trace them back to the original source, we will see that they were probably from our mom, our dad, or some other relative. We all enter these bodies as the purest beings of the highest light and love. We are completely innocent angels at the very core. The negative thoughts that we've inherited always comes from other people who we have met in this life or even in past lives. Perhaps they were caught in a perpetual depressing situation, fighting their own emotional anxiety, and then dispelled their negative words that we unknowingly heard all throughout our childhood. Now, our negative thinking patterns are not, like your negative thinking patterns are not yours. Even though you have to be responsible, choose to be responsible for the ones you have inherited and perpetually repeat in your brain right now. Your freedom boils down to realizing that you are innocent and truly divine. You are more pure than the cleanest water at your very core. The best response to all this negative programming that we've received is compassion and gratitude. We can be thankful to this negative voice because it always and allows us to have empathy for others who constantly battle with their pain. Yet we must always remember the truth that this negativity is not ours. It was only given to us as a gift so we could understand this world of duality. Lightness and joy would not have such divine qualities unless we knew what darkness and devastation were like as well. It is only the state of pure, unadulterated, untainted awareness that can liberate us. And this awareness allows us to relax deeper into the core of our being, where the source of our divinity, where pure love and positive creativity abides. There is nothing more precious in this world than this realization. A clear, joyful state of mind is sacred. As we dedicate our lives to keeping it healthy, happy, loving, and free, it will protect us in return. Keep your hearts and minds free from any negativity that wants to stick to your pure awareness by not giving it any attention. Acknowledge that the negativity is there to present dualist perspective, yet ignore any identification with the negative source, period. Practice this simple procedure with all your negative thoughts, and you will magically see them all fade away. Keep your heart and mind free from any negative that wants to stick to your pure awareness by not giving it any attention. Acknowledge that the negativity is there to present dualist perspective, yet ignore any identification with the negative source. Practice this simple procedure with all your negative thoughts, and you will magically see them all fade away. Sit and rest safely in the source of pure awareness. This is our invincible happiness shield. Safely sitting and resting in the source of pure awareness. The more we practice this, the more obvious it becomes that our happiness is not at the mercy of our environment or other people's states of mind. We always have the power to create any experience in life that we desire. The choice is always ours, where we want to direct our attention, aim it on an unstoppable source of happiness, and you will experience just how powerful we all really are. Be a dynamo of irrepressible joy. Babaji. So if you will, go to a place where you're not going to be interrupted, and I am sure that we all are. And the first thing that we care to do, which only you can do with your body, is relax it. Head to toe, inside and out. Let go of, surrender, once and for all your negatives, energies, frequencies, stress, anxiety, fear, anger, hurriedness. Let them go. Because it's a real simple question to ask yourself through your heart mind. Do any of these serve me the greater good? If they don't, then there's no reason to carry them. There's anger and greed and manipulation and deception. Do anything in higher vibrational frequency for you? No. Then you let them go. Now, some of us will, it's funny because we some of us won't let that go because we've gotten so used to it that we're fearful not to have it. Isn't that strange? That's with like anything. So some people have a difficult time letting go. Others, it's a cinch. They just say, yeah, I'm just going to dump this. This is just a bunch of garbage. And then when you do that, the body gets light. It gets lighter. It's like almost like a feather because it's not doing anything. It's in deep silence. And the body's relaxed. You're in deep silence. You're just listening. That's it. Just listening. Now, when this happens, we're in the now. Because our breath, which we cannot not have, our breath is divine positive energy. Soul comes into the body, powers it up, lungs operate, henceforth breath. Sustains the body, the vessel, which houses the kingdom of God, the God source, the pure consciousness. And that breath, that divine positive energy breath that most of us on this planet take great for granted, relaxes us, eases us, focuses us, strengthens us, energizes us. So it's quite spectacular. In the now, you still the mind and the ego and the subconscious mind. What do you think that is? What do you think that means? It means that you no longer are at the beck and call of the ego mind or the subconscious mind. It means you are on the outside watching all of it. You're not participating, you're just watching. You're not judging, you're watching. This way you can learn how they all operate, learn how to turn it around where they are serving you rather than you serving them. No, the body relaxing and being in the now, stilling the mind, the ego, the subconscious mind. We can look at these bodies that we're in, and we can see inside them these. It's really easy to see them. It's from the tailbone of the body that you're in all the way to the top of the head. These are chakras, energy vortexes, chi, ki, the power of the gods that we are. And these colored wheels of light, the gods that we are in these bodies, flow through them from the tailbone all the way to the top of the head like a perpetual energy fountain. It's non-stop. We don't do it once in a while. We're constantly doing it. And we flow through these energy vortexes, these chakras, and that allows us to flow through the whole body instantaneously. All the organs, all the blood, everything. all your emotions, all of it. That God flows through this body that you're in 24/7 nonstop. Doesn't matter if your body's asleep. The God that you are is still flowing and energizing and active. We don't, the understanding, we don't sleep as the souls or the gods that we are that leave the body. Only the body sleeps. We don't ever sleep. We are always, ever, beyond, and forever. So we're going to run through it because we flow through it, divine positive energy. But what does it mean? Well, you see a red wheel of light on the tailbone, right? As the God that you are. So we want to know what this means, what it's connected with. It's connected with the body's survival. Connected with the body's survival. And our survival is what? Finances, money, clothing, food, water, shelter. And that's blocked by fear. So, in a nutshell, we fear our own survival. Then we move to the sacral chakra. This is the chakra that is connected directly with our pleasure, joy, happiness, bliss, sexuality, everything. And I'm sure you can recollect, you go in your library, in your subconscious mind, pull out one of the books, and you can remember many times, maybe, where you were doing something and you were enjoying your life at that moment, and everything was just perfect. Everything fell into place. Everything was flowing wonderfully. And you see, we're not consciously aware that the ego mind comes in, and then all of a sudden, you feel guilty for having such a good time. Maybe not during the good time, but toward the end. And you begin to start doubting and saying, well, and have you caught yourself saying this to your friends, your family, or anything? Well, I'm going to enjoy this while I can because I know it won't last forever. You ever done that? You ever said that? I think a lot of us have. And guess what? It ends. So it's what thoughts we embrace and move them into reality. Moving energy into form, moving things into reality, and then living those realities. So then we go to the yellow wheel of light. This is the solar plexus chakra, and this deals with our willpower. And it is blocked by another illusion generated by the ego mind, shame. If we honestly knew who and what we were, there would be no shame, no guilt, no fear. Then we move to the emerald green wheel of light. This is our ability to love. And because many don't know who and what they are really, truly, that they are the God within the body, that they aren't the body, and that they are immortal, they never cease, then we wouldn't have grief. But right now we have grief, and every time we have grief, that blocks the love, our ability to love. Then we move to the blue wheel of light. This is the throat chakra, and it deals with our truth, and it is blocked by our lies. Then we move to the indigo wheel of light, third eye chakra. This deals with our insight, and it is blocked by illusion. Then we move to the violet wheel of light, crown chakra, right at the top of the head. This deals with our direct connection to the divine, which is who? You. And of all things is blocked by our friend, the ego attachment. Remember, whenever we attach, this is something you really can't argue with yourself because you know it's true. Whenever you attach to anything overly so, we'll put it that way, and then you start you garner expectations, you suffer. Why'd you suffer? Because it doesn't happen, and then you're upset, and then you get irritated, and you get stressed. That's why we have to be very careful, or choose to be careful, not to just attach so heavily to things. I mean, we can enjoy them. We can say, whoa, wouldn't that be wonderful to have that or to have that experience and to bring that into my life? But knowing that you put it out there and the universe does the rest, you just leave it alone. So we bring the gods that we are flowing through these energy vortexes, these chakras that cover every part of these bodies. And we know that we can be right at the top of the head. That's where we're at, along with divine positive energy, the breath, right at the top of the head. And we can hold that, condense ourselves into pure liquid, omnipotently powerful energy, which we are 24/7. And we look at the pineal gland. We pour ourselves over the pineal gland as the gods that we are. You look at the pineal gland, it's very important for us while we're in these bodies because when it's fully operational, healthy, vibrant, and high vibrational frequency, it connects us to all the particles of existence, which means all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And it continues to expand and it continues to intensify. So you can see your pineal gland however you choose through your heart, mind's motion picture. I see it as a green ball rosebud. And when I pour myself, the God that I am, over that pineal gland, it immediately transforms into a fully bloomed rose, massive, with multicolored petals sending off just an absolutely wonderful fragrance. Now, I notice that the rose is sending, I see these shimmering waves that literally saturate, penetrate in me, around me, above me, and below me. And it's just absolutely phenomenal because the feeling in the heart-mind is astronomical. It's so deep and it's so powerful. And you feel this unending, highest of the deepest, 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 purest eternal love. And then the highest of the deepest, 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 purest eternal gratitude. And then the purest eternal peace. And it's unending. And it's massive. And then you realize that rose is you, the God within that body. And you, the God within that body, is the rose. The rose is you. Now, these bodies that we're in, soul enters the body. The soul is the heaven. Body is the earth. Heart, mind, ego mind, subconscious mind, higher self, soul, spirit, God, pure consciousness, all one. So we know that we're consciously aware, and some parts of us aren't. They're still with us, but they just aren't consciously aware. So they don't hear us. But we know that every step we take, we're creating paradise on this planet. Not only that, we're shining our light outward. And our light emanates from the God Force Love Light energy deep within each and every single one of us. And we're flooding it 24/7, everywhere. 360 degrees, fanning out every microsecond. So you could go up in the outer atmosphere in outer space, and you can see this planet. And you can see that it's so brilliantly bright, with 8 billion gods consciously aware, that there isn't any sun, any combination of anything in this universe that could come close to its brightness. So, a God planet paradise that glows. Now, as the other parts of us, some awake, some not, obviously we gravitate to those who are awake to a certain extent, parts of us, such as all the light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever, including this planet. Yet, only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming the circle of light and complete liberation of this planet, Earth, Gaia, are you in this now? And they come in the Googleplexes. One Googleplex fills this entire universe with not even an inch of sacred space to spare. They come in trillions of Googleplexes from trillions of universes, and they are with us now, consciously. Those on this planet. Shapes, colors, sizes, forms, configurations of which we've never seen. With these eyes, we only see 1% of what is. The ones that we're familiar with, somewhat, fairies, sprites, elves, gnomes, dwarves, trees, trolls, elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, wood, mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur, and many, many, many more. And all of them are with us now consciously. We call upon all the off-worlders, the galactics, and the celestials. Yet only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. And we're only familiar with a smidgen of them. Over 1,000 travel through the solar system every day, and trillions travel throughout the universes every day. So the ones we're somewhat familiar with, the Pleiadians, the Sirians, the Arcturians, the Andromedans, the Feline, Zeta Reticuli, the Nords, the Greys, the Draco, the Reptilian, the Golden Pyramid, and the Avian. Many, many, many more. They've been assisting us in our evolution, enlightenment, ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. And in massive numbers, they are with us now consciously. We call upon all the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, beneath earth, Agartha. Yet, only those that are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, form this circle of light, and the total liberation of this planet. And they come in the billions, and they're with us now, consciously. We call upon all of our loved ones, all those who ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. Yet, only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, form this circle of light, and complete liberation of this planet. And in the billions, they are with us now consciously. All the archangels, the cherubim, seraphim, archetypes, ascended masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Christ, El Morya, Abundantia, Pel, Thoth, Yahweh, Yeshua, many, many, many more. Now, the archangels, they're a civilization that vibrate at a different frequency than we do. That's why we don't see them like we see each other. We interact with them. We meet with them. We don't usually pick up on it till after, and then we experience bliss. And they always have the same message. It's just delivered in so many different ways. It just boils down to, isn't it magnificent, glorious to be alive in these bodies? And that's bliss. They can surround any one of us at any time in the tens of thousands because of their vibrational frequency. At 2 o'clock, they can house a large number in a small area. Ascended masters have mastered ascension into physical body and out, hold pure consciousness, God form. Now, both of them, only those who are consciously aware, so parts of themselves that are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest, the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest, the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this meditation, this now, liberation of this planet. So in massive numbers, they are both with us now consciously. We were all gathered arm in arm, hand in hand, in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, prosperity, abundance. And we are all one, and we are all God, and we are all love, and our God force, love, light, energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever, and it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We immediately form a circle of light around the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now. This light emanates from the God, force, love, light, energy inside each and every one of us. It is so brilliant that it grays out the darkness of sacred space. It would take 1 billion trillion suns to even come close to its brightness. And we're flooding this planet 24/7 always with the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest, deepest, purest of the purest, purest, eternal love. All of our brothers and sisters, all life, the highest supreme value in the universe. Now we begin to ascend. And as we do, above the planet, we're immediately met with an ocean of glitter. It's everywhere. And it's flashing lights, trillions of multicolored lights, back and forth from all of us, penetrating us, surrounding us, hundreds of millions of us, on and off world. And we discover the point of the reflections, which is it's a micro, tiny etched mirror. And we enter that mirror, and we discover that all of us, forever, throughout eternity, are learning and teaching each other. We're either learning from someone or teaching someone or both. So if anybody walks into your life, which happens to all of us all the time, whether for a second or 2 minutes or whatever, they're either teaching you or you're teaching them. They're either a student of yours or you're a student of theirs. Absolutely spectacular. So we continue to ascend, and we're immediately met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is a column of light that reminds each and every single one of us that we created, that we are all the power of healing. It's a matter of time where we all discover this deeply. Then we're met with the violet blue purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is a column of light that we created to remind us all of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. Then we're met with the white fire. This is a column of light that we created to remind us all that from head to toe, inside and out, 24/7, we're imbued with white fire armor, way beyond the earthly armors. This emanates from the God Force Love Light energy within each and every single one of us. It is impenetrable. No demon possession, no attachments, no dark magic, no nothing. No lower dark matter frequencies, lower survival matter frequencies. They can't come near us. We maintain high vibrational frequency, they'll vanish. They'll vaporize. They know it. Why do you think they're always trying to pull us down? Why do you think they're always trying to pit us against each other? Why do you think they're always trying to make us angry, frustrated, fearful, stressful? That's why. So we don't discover who we are and what we are. So we're protected 24/7, always have been, always will be, ever, beyond, forever. But only you have the power that if you decide to lower your vibrational frequencies low enough, whether consciously or unconsciously, through hatred, anger, fear, greed, envy, hurry, stress, you will lower your vibrational frequencies low enough to create a breach in your white fire armor, enough so to allow the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies to come flooding in. Now, if you do decide to do this, you're immediately met with a double column of light. The first one is purple transmuting flame, which we created to remind ourselves that we can bring in the purple transmuting flame. We can transmute all of the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutral light substance, sending them to pure consciousness, where they're vaporized, they're no more. It's then immediately followed by the violet ray. This is a column of light that reminds us all we created that we can bring in the violet ray. We can literally cleanse, purify, and harmonize the area where these lower dark matter survival matter frequencies were, sealing the breach in our white fire armor, restoring our vibrational harmony of the highest high and the deepest of the deepest eternal love. We are then met with the golden white pink light. This is a column of light that we created to remind us all that we are the sun, we are the sunlight, we are the sunsets and the sunrises. We are the oceans, the rivers, the lakes, the streams, the rain, the rainbows, the sky, the clouds, the trees, the forest. Mountain views, starry-lit night sky, animals. We are everything, and everything is us. So the next time you see a sunset, or a sunrise, or a mountain view, or an ocean front, or a rainbow, it is you. You're the beauty. You're the divineness. You're the spectacularness. All of us are. We always have been. We always will be. Ever, beyond, and forever. We continue to ascend above the planets. Some of us step outside our physical forms and hover effortlessly above them. Why? Because we can. We immediately come in contact with this massive crystalline light tower. It is larger than this solar system, and we created it. Now, the column, we see this massive oblong sphere. In the center of the sphere, we see this golden white sparkling bowl of light. It is surrounded by numerous rings of multicolored light, all vibrating, all sending massive waves of this mystic, misty energy. It's not wet, it's not like water, it's just, we feel it's an energy. It embraces us, holds us, saturates us endlessly. The golden white bowl of light is the highest of the highest high of the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love. Then we have the highest of the highest high of the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. Then we have the highest of the highest high of the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal peace. Well-being, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, abundance, prosperity, great wealth, it's endless. And it is us. It is always us. It has always been us, always will be us, ever, beyond, and forever. At the top of this sphere, we designed it so that the golden ocean can come cascading down 360 degrees, as it's doing right now with us, as it's flooding all of us, all life, the highest supreme value in the universes. Endlessly, 24/7. Saturating us all life, the highest supreme value in the universe, over and over and over again. All of our brothers and sisters, whether they're awake or asleep. We, all of us, every one of us, are drops of this golden ocean. We hold the essence of this golden ocean. The ocean is the drops are the ocean. The only illusion is separation. We see our meditative sphere. It says center circle. We all created this sphere over 3.5 years ago. It holds all of our meditations over 1,500 of them in perpetual motion. That means always. All of us gathered every day for over 3.5 years with the highest of the highest high intents of the deepest eternal love, gratitude, and peace. Over 1 billion of us on and off world. And all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever, of consciousness. With the highest intent and deepest eternal love and peace, total liberation of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now. That's why this meditative sphere can be seen, heard, and felt, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And this is why it continues to intensify, and this is why it continues to expand. Feel that energy that we all are, because all of this is us. We're it, and it is us. We are the gods in these bodies. We are immortal. We are eternal. Our power is immeasurable. We are not the body. We're the God within the body. And feel that through your heart minds. Allow it to just saturate you, that complete understanding. I'll join you in the meditation and return to close us out. Take an easy breath in through the nose and an easy breath out through the mouth. Move easily and slowly. Act happy, feel happy, be happy without any reason whatsoever in the world. Then you can love and do what you will. Happiness is a conscious choice, not an automatic response. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night, and into the following morning. And we will return here August 8th, 2021, 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation call.